Now, the way to think about economies is this, right? I remember when I was in school, they had a song. It's called, I can't remember what exactly the name of it was, yeah. But the basic message of it was that they said it's just like a magic penny. Hold it tight and you won't have any. Lend it, spend it, and you have so many you'll roll over the floor. Now, I kind of get where they're coming from in that because if there's always some truth in children nursery rhymes and stuff, right? And the thing is, if you just have money just sat in a bank, it will, it will gain a little bit of interest, but that's probably not the best way of, it's relatively secure, but what you want to do with money is have it spaced out in many different areas, right? You want to have some investments like stocks and shares and index funds. You want to have some money backed up in other things. You want to have it, etc., etc. You want to have your money spread around in multiple different areas, right? And you want to be saving regularly, consistently, and with interest. The amount of money that you end up accruing over time ends up being very significant. Right, so just a quick example of this, right? So if you're able to save up £200 or dollars or euros or whatever it is your currency, right? If you're able to save up, let's say for instance, £200, right? You're able to save up £200 every single month consistently on a 4% interest rate. This is some of the results. So after a period of 10 years, you will have a net wealth of £29,500, right? Which is, that's a decent level of income. So even if you're working a low wage job, you can very easily propel yourself into the middle classes, right? Just by saving consistently like that. If you save that same £200 a month for a 4% interest rate for 20 years, so remember it was 29.5 before. If you do it, that's for 10 years. If you do it for 20 years, the amount of money you end up accruing is £73,500, right? So you see that the amount that you have, it's almost like tripled, right? And that's because of the beauty of what's known as compound interest. So each time you put money in, over time, the amount of money gets added to it, right? So more and more money ends up getting built over time. So you might be putting in that same £200 a month, but a little bit of interest here, a little bit of interest here, it builds and builds over the years and ends up getting to a good point. So by the time you save consistently like this for 40 years on £200 a month on 4% interest, you will have savings of £237,000, right? That's significant. Like that is, you're getting, that's almost £250,000, right? You're almost on the verge of entering into the top 1% of earners, right? So, and that's with, that £200 a month, that's easily within the means of most people. If you're able to save, if you're able to invest, like what I would suggest is have some of that money in a regular bank, right? Make sure that you have about 6 months worth of savings. So you build that up over time. It will take a few years. It's not going to happen overnight, people, right? But you build that up, and the rest of it, once you've got a safe amount, everything else, try and invest, buy stocks and shares in companies that that you can see a long-term rate of growth. You can see over the period of like 5 years, you can see that company's growing up, you understand that company, and then you've got investment funds, which are a whole bunch of companies all wrapped into one. So you put money into that, and as the economy grows, it keeps on growing, So the best way to think about how to grow your money is to, first of all, obviously, one has to work. That's the first thing. You have to work, you have to set up business, you have to do something, which is not an easy thing to do, right? There's no such thing as fast, but there's fast money, but fast money comes fast and goes fast, right? If you want to actually get to a decent level of wealth where your family and you are sorted and like you're relatively safe and secure, you're going to have to think long term. Going to have to, maybe don't buy that extra coffee like on the way back from work. Maybe, you know, cut back on buying 10 pairs of trainers, maybe you only need 2, like all these kind of things. That maybe don't spend £50 a night at a club, maybe, you know, pre-drink beforehand and, you know, just have water or something, right? You know, like, I'm not telling you how to live your life, I'm just saying that £200 a month is not outside of what most people could actually afford to do, right? It's a manageable thing. Obviously, if you've got kids, you've got other responsibilities, yada yada. I get that. I get that there are many difficulties within life, but I'm saying if you have the means to do that, if you're working a minimum wage job and you have the ability to save £200, £300, £400, whatever it is, or the same in America, if you're able to save $100, $200, $300, $400, whatever it is, yeah, it's better than nothing, right? Having some money saved up is better than having no money saved up. Because what you don't want to do is end up in a situation where you're 50 years old or 60 years old and you're having to work all the way up to the state retirement age because you've got nothing, you've got no savings to fall back on, you don't have any money to tell people, hey, I don't want to work here, I want to leave, yeah, and do my own thing and just relax and stuff, right? If you are not consistently saving and investing over time and invest in yourself as well, educate yourself, look into different things, explore your skills, explore your, like, all the different avenues that you have, and really utilize the time that you have. So if you enjoyed that video, and, you know, you liked my explanation about money and how it works and all the different things about it, and, you know, also gave you guys some pretty sound business and investment and savings advice there. So that's completely for free. I will be making you a lot of money, or rather you'll be making yourself a lot of money by following that life advice. I know I certainly am following that life advice, and I wish that someone had told me it maybe 10 years ago, because I would be in a much better place I'm at the moment. And yeah, so all I'm asking for is, yeah, like and subscribe and comment, look at my other videos, and have a great day. Bye.